Hi everyone, Steve here from the Vinyl Record Mission, and it's time to purge.
Your two favorite guys, Ryan and Steve from the Vinyl Record Mission.
Yes, it's time to purge my vinyl record collection and shrink it down. Had a very rude awakening in early January when these Eaton Canyon fires rolled through our neighborhood and we were ordered to evacuate, and I had to decide what I was going to take. Well, it wasn't easy, and I don't ever want to be in that situation again. So I realized that I just had way too much clutter in the way of records to even go through and decide what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to leave behind to be turned to ashes. So here's the way the back room looks right now. This is supposed to be just a nice room to come in and listen to the jukebox, but it has managed to become a overflow room for boxes and boxes of records. I have my collection part of it, rock and R&B and soul, reggae, classical music, soundtracks, pop, everything is back here in these shelves, which will eventually be thinned out as well. But all this stuff in the center, you see there's just boxes and boxes of records that have not been sorted. This is the before picture. There's my East Side Story collection up there on the wall, framed, all 13 editions. This is where the purge begins. This is the living room collection, which I will also need to be going through to purge once I'm finished with the back room. My ultimate goal would be to get all of the records from the back into this front area and have a collection of pure quality, high quality, and not quantity. I'm also ashamed to say that here's a stack of about 900 records that are in my master bedroom. Yes, that haven't been sorted through. So I decided that I was going to have to really make some difficult decisions. This is phase one of those decisions, which technically wasn't that difficult. I managed to go through a couple thousand records and pull out about maybe 500 to 600 that I just don't need, that I can live without. And that was an easy phase. Phase two will be another video, and that will be records that, you know, I kind of have to qualify and really think about a little bit longer. But man, it's, if any of you have ever purged, it's not easy. You know, you really think you have a reason and a purpose for every record in your collection sometimes. And, you know, we buy in bulk a lot, so a lot of times there's a lot of, you know, records that I won't listen to that come with the records that I desire. So, but I don't just collect for myself. You know, that's the problem. I collect for people who might come over one day and ask, you know, do you have Ted Nugent, you know, or do you have Cat Stevens, you know, stuff that I might not listen to, but somebody else might enjoy one day. So that's a really bad habit to get into because we don't really entertain that much. And I'm thinking, you know, when is someone going to come over that wants to listen to this Andy Gibb record or this Air Supply record that, yeah, you know, I picked those pop records up for my wife because she does enjoy pop music, and those records can be somewhat nostalgic for us. So yeah, there's a difference between a nostalgia collector and a collector of rare, hard to find, you know, higher value records. And I guess I'm a little bit of both. I'm going to show you what I was willing to part with in this first purge, and you guys let me know what you think. Let me know if you would be getting rid of these records. I'll probably find a way to unload these records at very reasonable prices. So let's get started. Let me show you what a little bit of what I'm willing to part with so far. So here's a couple boxes that I just had no problem, you know, deciding to part with. I'll go through here and show you what some of the stuff is. And these are all pretty clean records here. Some of them are original pressings. Some Little Feat, 2 Little Feat, Let It Roll. raspberries. So that's a Rhino release of Chicago Transit Authority. Which, it's actually, yeah, the upside down whatever. That's a good record actually. But I can live without it. Some Young Bloods, Sparks, lots of 70s stuff. There's Who, Policeman's Ball, of course, the classic original Hotel California. Now here you'll see that I'm not a big Beatles fan, nor am I a big fan of any of the Beatles artists, including George Harrison, Paul McCartney. So there's a ton of great Paul McCartney and Wings. I know so many people but I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. So what can I say? These are really great pressings right here. These are from the Paul McCartney Archive collection, and they're like stone mint. There's some Wings, more Wings. There's some John Lennon stuff. Look at all these records. All these records are going bye-bye. I don't have room for this stuff in my collection anymore, because I'm not going to listen to it. I have all the Beatles I need. I don't know what that is. I can't remember. Some Tom Tolston, Firefall, Del Fuegos. It's a cool soundtrack. Pretty rare, actually. Horace Wink, Montrose, REO Speedwagon, Best of Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, Richard Betts, 10 Years After, recorded live, Widowmaker, Eric Anderson. All these records going bye-bye for one reason or another. Randy Newman. Billy Thorpe. Some Zappa. Pat Travers. George Strait. Fairport Convention. Crazy Horse. So that's one box there. There's another box over here full of some other stuff. There's another Secret Policeman's Ball, Orchestra, John Abercrombie, Jack DeChaunnay, Dee Dee Bridgewater, Bill Summers, some Martin Denny, Deodato, Whirlwinds. That's actually a really good record. There's some nice bluegrass, some more Newgrass Revival. All this stuff was part of bigger collections that I had bought. Just came with them. And I just had to decide whether or not they had a place in my collection. Some of them I already have in better condition. Some Creedence, 3 decent Creedence records there. The Happenings, or The Outsiders. Humble Pie. Edgar Winter, Men at Work. Sean Phillips. Soundtracks. Montrose again. Queen. Some more Queen. Some soundtracks. 11 Spoonful. So that's just 2 boxes right there, and then I've got all these boxes right here. So then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 more boxes. This box up here on the top, that U-Haul box right there, it's full of about 30 of those audiophile test records, those tracking records and so forth. And I've got a box of sealed records right here that I will go through and show you. Every one of these is sealed. Some of them are originals, some of them are represses. There's a ton of Ricky Lee Jones sealed records. The magazine, if you're a Ricky Lee Jones fan, I've got like 10 of those things. There's a Japanese press, sealed. There's Pirates, sealed. OGs, Pirates. 3 Pirates. Looks like an EP or single. Yeah, there's an EP there from her. Some Joni Mitchell. Rhino vinyl, 180 gram. Sealed Dodgers, for all you Dodgers fans. There's some more Crosby, Stills and Nash, sealed. This is cut by Bernie Grunman, mastered by Chris Bellman. Crosby, Stills and Nash daylight again. There's a 30th anniversary John Cougar Mellencamp. This is number 85 as far as the pressings. I don't know how many they pressed, but this is number 88. I don't know if you can see that, but number 88. It's right there. Yeah. You know, it's not the greatest stuff, but it's sealed records for anybody that likes this. It's a Goldie Hawn record. There's Tommy, or the Mimsy, the last Mimsy, Roger Waters. There's a special edition Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a comp. Some classical, The Stray Cats. Heart, music on vinyl, 180 gram. Audiophile quality. There's some Greta Van Fleet. Another Greta Van Fleet record. Some OG Molly Hatchet, sealed. Air Raid. We got Wax right there. Do You Believe in Magic? There's the Chili Whack again. Soundtrack, Nuggets. Neil Diamond, Double Gold. There's another Roger Waters. There is some Alan Parsons Project. Music on vinyl. Moody Blues. Missing Persons. Limited 500 clear blue vinyl. A sealed Herb Alpert. Wow, that's hard to come by, believe it or not. Some Aerosmith Record Store Day stuff from RTI. Another Record Store Day sealed Aerosmith. Another Aerosmith. Edgar Winter Speaker's Corner. Great high quality pure audiophile mastering there. And then of course Robert Goulet. Now here's a box of sealed records that I'm gonna keep. You guys let me know in the comments if you had these, if you'd keep them or if you'd get rid of them. There's some U2. This is the Marquee, live at the Marquee in London, 1980. 10-inch. Foghat. This is a reissue. Some Speaker's Corner, Blue Oyster Cult. This is a Chad Chasm record on Quality Record Pressings. I can only imagine how awesome this sounds. So, yeah, this is sealed, and I'm keeping it. It's because it's got Rhapsody in Blue, the great Gershwin tune. Gotta have that. Carolyn's Cottage. That's Joami Wilson. Some folk with dulcimer. The Miracles, City of Angels, original pressing. This is a gift from a friend, Mark, over at Mad for Vinyl. Sent this to me. This is a steel copy of Carl Carlton. Can't Stop a Man in Love. And then a nice 180 gram of, I love John Cougar, especially this album, Little Pink Houses and Jack and Diane, all that good stuff. Triumph, one of my favorite Canadian bands. This is a sealed classics. And I'd love to have this. Love some ZZ Top. These are all sealed and presumed in mint condition. Here's a Rocktober pressing from Rhino of ZZ Top's Eliminator. The Monkees. We love the Monkees. Allied Force is one of my favorite records from Triumph. Sealed. Original press. Some Deep Purple Machine Head from Rhino. Another audiophile pressing. An OG pressing of Huey Lewis in the News. This is a Joan Jett and the Blackhearts live at the Bottom Line in New York in 1980. And that's sealed. The Runaways on colored vinyl. Sealed. Live in concert at the Starwood, Los Angeles, 1976. An OG pressing of Thick as a Brick. The Daz Band. Chuck Berry biography. That's sealed. Duke and Clark. Yep, that's got to be amazing. Some really great later Ricky Lee Jones. This is a great reissue from Edgar Froese, Epsilon and Malaysia Pale. The Doors, 180 gram remastered. That's the 1971 LA Woman. Love and Spoonful, Blue Oyster Cult, John Mayall, Montrose, Bob Seger. And I've got some sealed Cat Stevens. I am keeping that one. That's a sealed OG. Van Halen. These are all the 180 gram remastered from the original master tapes. An OG 80s Bananarama. Early still sealed Ricky Lee Jones with the hype stickers. Those are fun to have. Same here. Look at this one. Was got the promo thing on the label. That's not even a sticker. That's printed on the actual label. This is a sticker, but that's literally was pressed at the printer of Pirates. So that's a cool one to keep too. This is The Comet is Coming. Age of Aquarius, The Fifth Dimension. Gotta have that. It's an early OG. This is a cool soundtrack. Dr. Goldfoot, The Girls Bombs on Tower. OG. And we've got some Odyssey Oracle. Definitely a keeper. From the Zombies. This is a neat from the estate of Jimi Hendrix, a blues comp with all these great artists on it. Yeah, everybody from Howlin' Wolf to God, who else is on there? Looks like Lightning Hopkins, Chuck Berry, B.B. King. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot of great artists on that blues record there. What else we got here? Oh, it's got that. Oh yeah, we've got the Stars Born soundtrack. That was a great movie. We liked that. That was good. This is another great Ricky Lee Jones. It's Like This. Original Heart pressing. Early. That's still sealed. I only need one Allman Brothers record, and it's this one. Live at Fillmore. East. Some Montrose remastered. An expanded edition, and that's a nice one. Free music on vinyl, 180 gram audiophile vinyl pressing. Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs. Gotta have that with Wooly Bully. Some Leonard Cohen. Addicted to Love, Robert Palmer Riptide original pressing, sealed. 2 Record Store Day Bill Evans records, still sealed. Miles Davis, the Bootleg Series, Volume 7, still sealed. Sonny Rollins, this was from friend Marius. and still haven't played that. Pharoah Sanders, still sealed. Jay Johnson, now we're getting into some jazz. Bobby Hutcherson, Art Blakey, Hampton Hawes, I got 2 of those. Joe Lovano, John Faddis, and Billy Harper. That's sealed on Black Hawk, 70s. Donald Byrd, Slow Drag, that's a great album. Sonny Clark, Sidewinder. Lee Morgan, I've got 2 original pressings of that. Kenny Cox, kind of an unknown Blue Note jazz artist, still sealed. Some Jimmy Smith, Horace Silver doing the thing. This is an amazing album. I've got the original pressing of this in mint condition, but this is a nice backup to have to play. And then some Sam Rivers. Yep. So those are the sealed records I'm keeping. Let me know what you guys think of those records in the comments. But yeah, that's phase 1. So we'll see where phase 2 takes me. You can see I made a lot of progress in this room from what it looked like before. And I am able to actually see my jukebox now. And I can actually play it and listen to it. But these are all the records that I have committed to parting with so far. And then on this side, yeah, this is the side that I still have to qualify these boxes here. I know some of these boxes say keep on them, but the boxes, they're just boxes. I've put other stuff in them. Those used to be records that I was willing to keep, but no longer. And as you can see from the earlier videos, I had some stadium seats right here that I took out because they were not serving a purpose. I put in another Calyx shelf that I had laying around to fill that with stuff that I'm going to keep. I've got my 45s over here, this little shelf. Some of them I've got. That's a whole other project. I'm sure my buddies over in Canada, Brian at Embryonic Robot and Jack at Vinyl Martini, can appreciate that Molson Golden beer sign. And then I've got all these that eventually I'm going to go through and purge from within these actual shelves. I will be purging records too, to shrink down my collection and focus a little bit more on stuff that I'm wanting in my collection to actually listen to and or collect for long term. So that's it for now, folks. I appreciate you watching this first phase of my purge, and join me on the next one, hopefully, when I go through more difficult records to purge. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment section for me. And until next time, this is Steve signing out. Bye for now.
If you haven't, make sure you hit like and subscribe to the Vinyl Record Mission so that way you don't miss out on any future content. More videos coming your way.